Oh no, wait a minute. Theme song. Where's my theme song? Sorry. I'm going to pick something from Alt J. I think this is the right song. Oh no, wait a minute. Theme song. No. Where's my theme song? Sorry. I'm going to pick something from Alt J. I think this is the right song. Oh no, wait a minute. All right. We can have some music now.
He may contain the urge to run away, but
That rocked my world. That video. Holy cow. I had no idea that video was so intense. I need a minute. Sorry. Holy cow. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Try to be careful. Trying to be careful not to talk over the video at all, because if I do that and I get a copyright strike, then I need to remove some audio, and then I'll be removing the audio where I'm talking, and you won't be able to hear what I said, which will make this very difficult indeed. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike today. I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to listen to some music. So if you're watching this later and there are gaps where the music isn't, I'm sorry, but that's how the tool helps you remove the copyright strike. So anyway, that was great. I almost want to do that again. No, sorry, we're here to do a stream here. Let's see. So let me read the show notes. Welcome to Sunkworks. This is a fun episode. In spite of the name, it's called Trail of Broken Dreams, but it's not as sad as it sounds. Really, it's more like a round robin of lightly put aside intellectual playthings. I don't know. So that's a much less fatalistic title, I think, than Trail of Broken Dreams. But I bet I know which one gets the clicks. Anyway, we know no one is getting any clicks on this channel here. There's absolutely no clicks. But that's okay. That's not why we're here. That's not what we're doing. Except for one episode, I did notice that this episode has an awful lot of views for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe I don't know. That was a pretty intense episode, I remember. I always wonder how many people. I mean, obviously, I don't always wonder. For most of these videos, I don't wonder how many people watch them because no one is watching. But like I said, that's not why I do this. I'm doing this for various reasons, one of which is I would like to have documentation of the things that I've done. Here it says recognition and sponsorship. This is not anything to do with today's episode here. I'm just trying to get myself in order. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay, so So I'm still on the hunt for a job. I know that is something that we've been talking about on this episode, this show. Let's see here. I'm not going to dwell on that for long, but if you're interested in speaking with me, please make an appointment. Oh, that was one of the things. Yeah, all right, so let's see. Wiki. Yeah, so if we read the show notes, we know what our web page is. We are creating some new pages here, and we're going to create a new page today, I think, called... we're going to call it something other than Trail of Broken Dreams, because I do think that's a little bit too fatalistic. Should be something more fun than Curriculum Vitae. Maybe a little theatrical sounding. Let me think about this here. We might not start there. So we're gonna work our way around here in this episode. In fact, I'm probably gonna turn my video off here and just focus on writing for a little while, because there's a couple of these pages I want to develop. So if we've seen any of the previous episodes, which I'm not going to assume we have, other than these pages, which are very different, those pages are all kind of the same formula. There's just a list of bullet points, and I would say, like, for most of them, you're going to find yourself on one side or the other of this. You're not going to be doing all of these things at once. That's really what the axis is, what the information we're supposed to get out of this wiki is. where are we on this axis with respect to each of these types of solutions. And we are going to have another special page type besides the Trail of Broken Dreams. Today we're going to have something like a serverless database host page type. So I want to call out and thank neon.tech for their generous support of anyone who wants to use their service. This is not a paid endorsement. I have never received any payment from neon.tech, but I do use their service. I also never paid any money to neon.tech. So what their service does is a serverless database. And what I like so much about their service is the profile offers features that you can only access if you make, if you pay or if you make yourself more efficient, right? So we know how much people love paying for open solutions. See, open source solutions. You see, I just put my leg up. Might as well go full Uncle Roger here. We know people love paying for open source solutions, or solutions adjacent to their open source or their private projects that they never share with anyone, but they consider open source because it's open to them. And so databases, yeah. Let me see here. So there's a whole other axis we can consider. Let's see. I'm going to call it self-hosted and otherwise. Other databases. So we are going to talk about neon.tech as an example of another kind, and Cloud Native PG, I think it is called. I want to get the capitalization right. Yeah, Cloud Native PG, cloudnative-pg.io. I'm going to link to this one because I think you should see it first. And I'm going to show CubeDB because a good friend, I've actually never met you in person, although I think we've been in the same space once or twice. Let's see, Tamal, I'm talking about CubeDB, the person, when it's a business, but it's also a person, but it's also an open source project, but it's also only partially open source. CubeDB. You can still link to it, I think. I call out CubeDB because it's what I'm using right now. I have a license, may have expired already, or maybe not yet. But it was a gift. I didn't pay for it. It was a gift from our friend at CubeDB to Team Heffy to support our open source. So cheers to open source, supporting open source. And I know there are going to be more things that go on this. I think Heroku actually does go on this list because Heroku was, yeah, and let's see. Who else can go on this list? See, most of these things aren't databases. I guess etcd definitely counts. And what was that one etcd thing? etcd, you know the one. etcd with MySQL or whatever you want backing it up. Kine. Yeah, that was what it was called. Kine. Yeah. Kine stand for something? Kine is not etcd. Yeah. Yeah, the connection I was trying to make between Heroku and databases was I want to try not to introduce more than one connection for the same reason. Not because I don't think that there's a newer, more viable contender than Heroku, but because the association will be more readily understood for Heroku. So what I'm talking about is Heroku pioneered hooking a database up to your web page, right? If you've never done web pages before and you just learned how to use Heroku and now you thought about adding a database to it and you wanted to go ahead and do that, just go ahead and do it. Heroku was probably one of the first places where you could do that without adding any cost or adding any really heavy costs, right? Maybe you add some costs, but the database is part of the dyno. It's part of the package. They expect that you're going to use a database. So they make it as easy as possible to connect your application to a database. If you have more than one application that needs to connect to more than one database, they have something for you too, right? That's what a lot of the value is in the platform. And I have never really thought of it that way until I started laying it out like this, and maybe from some external prompting of thinking about it this way. But Heroku is mainly in the business of connecting your web pages to databases, right? That's what makes them their money. If you could do that on your own, you wouldn't need to pay them. So here at Sunkworks, we do that on our own because we don't pay them, and we've been doing that for a long time, right? Where's Hefty Workflow? Not really. Self-hosted solutions. Yeah, it's on the list here. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh no. I don't want to have private things in my... Sorry. Sorry, I'm really glad that's the question everyone has. Just want to put my private on here for a minute. All right. Just want to respond to my friend here for a minute. Looking at the wrong screen. Oh, okay. All right. We did have a plan for this stream today. Not to apply for jobs. No, we're doing something else. Yeah, we were going to create a particular wiki page. And this one belongs in the execution, I believe. Talks. Yeah, and we need a cheeky name for it here, and I haven't come up with one yet. Other talks. That would be not very cheeky. How about just cheeky enough? Other conference talks, other Vita vitamins. Trying to think of a good slug name, something that's good, like a good 4-letter. You need a good 4-letter thing. Or it's not really Urbit, right? Oh, there's something about this. Might have to go fill this thing up. It's empty. I restarted the stream too early. Computer. Yeah. I like that. That's good. We're going to go back as far as Helm Summit, since I believe that was my first invited speaker slot. Invited. I'm saying invited, but it's an application process. There's a CFP. You say, I would like to speak on this topic, and then, right. So this is really a celebratory stream today. We're talking about all of the cool talks that I've given, and it's called Trail of Broken Dreams, not because I have, something to get off my chest, but because the things that we did at those talks, we typically have to leave them behind afterwards because we've got another talk to go on to. And I'm in the unique position now of I don't have any talks coming up. I have a trip to KubeCon coming in March after I go on vacation. I do not have any talk to prepare. I am just going to the conference to enjoy the conference. And see what ideas strike me while I'm there. See what I decide I want to do next. That's really what I'm doing. I'm not applying for any job because I need a job right away. I'm just, looking for the best place to land that is going to keep me interested long into the future. Somewhere that I'm not going to want to leave again in 6 months. Not that I wanted to leave my current job. I just had to move on, right? Everyone has to move on sometimes, so trying to take this in good spirit. But we were on the front page of Hacker News yesterday. That was a little bit much for me to take in all at once. I mean, it was a bit much. We were on Reddit as well. The Weaveworks is closing down article came out. So I can finally talk about Weaveworks in the past tense. And I was thinking yesterday when I wanted to say Weaveworks was such an amazing place to work. That was a thing that there was no place, right? When I think of where did I go to work for Weaveworks, it was KubeCon or it was OSS Summit. There was no place. It was work at home. It was work with, on the internet. My spirit animal is 56K. Here, we're going to listen to it now. 56K. Oh, I just doxed myself. Shoot.
I woke up, drove to the store and bought me a Dell PC. 100 megahertz processor speed, this is all you need, he said, trust me. I opened it up as soon as I came home. Please hold my calls cause I'm using the phone. Dial up modem, analog connection, 56K, 56K. I hooked up the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I made all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be, and I hooked to the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I made all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be. Rolling right along into 95, I thought to myself, I'm gonna build a snazzy website. Technically capable, professional skills. I'll stick with my dear PC, keeping it real. TCP, IP, fiber optic cords. With a few clicks I connect to the world. I connect to the internet at lightning speeds. I know a lot of people across the country. I moved to the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I meet all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be, and I hooked to the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I meet all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be. I designed my site with the free template. Don't try to get on my chat room and hate. Animated GIF files dancing on my screen. Email attachments with pics of me. I think about the future to 2003. I think about my PC depreciating on me. I don't mind, it ain't nothing to me. 56K is where it'll be. I hooked to the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I meet all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be, and I hooked to the internet with my 56K modem speed, and I meet all my peeps on the World Wide Web. That's where they be.
Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you, Ronald. I want to thank everyone who plays the song, whether voluntarily or not, on Sunkworks. We have to have music. It's the only way to keep me from talking. So this is a happy stream. We're collecting all of the wonderful talks that we've done over the years. A short few years while I've been at Weaveworks. And I was thinking, like I started to say earlier, what a special place it was to work at Weaveworks, where everyone from different countries all around the world, some really, I hesitate to say far out strange countries, but countries that you wouldn't normally, I wouldn't think, I don't know, maybe I'm just an American, wouldn't think all these places could be working together. But much like the Kubernetes community, you know, you look at all these companies who are out, you know, not just notionally competitive with each other, companies who are direct competitors, who have all decided to work together to make Kubernetes the standard, because it's better to have a standard than it is to fight with each other. So we think. Anyway, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I don't think I'm really super into the stream today. I think I'm gonna drop early. But you should check out this page later when it's up. It'll have links to all of the talks. It's going to be a really nice page. And in a future episode, what we'll do is build out the CFP Hugo template from Justin Garrison, who provided it to the community at no cost, right? So we can have a nice website where all these things live, and where we can advertise CFPs after they're done too. So I don't think I do want to reuse any of my CFP topics from earlier submissions. I might reconstitute them, but they wouldn't be recognizable as the original submission anymore. I don't think that's right. If the CFP was accepted, then why would we do it again? And if it was rejected, then why would we do it again? I will reveal I was not feeling it for GitOpsCon this time either. I didn't submit anything for GitOpsCon Seattle, so I probably won't see you at Open Source Summit this time around. But I will be going to KubeCon Paris, and that's very happy news. I don't think I've mentioned on the stream before. I was recipient of the DanCon Memorial Scholarship again this year for KubeCon Paris. They're going to help me get over to KubeCon Paris, and so I will be there. I was not planning on going, honestly, but it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. I'm going straight from my vacation in Upper Peninsula, Michigan, back here to South Bend, and then out via Chicago. I will go to Paris the very next morning, so which will be Wednesday morning. So if you're at KubeCon Paris on Monday or Tuesday, I won't be there yet, but Wednesday through Sunday I will be in Paris. So I hope I get to see you all there. And that's really the good news that I'm announcing today. I'll go in and fill out the rest of this page later, but I'm sorry about the fatalistic title. I had to do something grab your attention, but oh Lord, no one is going to watch this anyway. Sorry. Have a great day. See you next time.